Oh, goody.
All right, what's going on, everybody? Zombies here again, and today we're back with another Marvel Snap video. So we're doing it live. Series drops have been announced. They have made some noise. Hey, this is going to be our biggest series drop ever. Will it live up to the hype? Well, now it's live, and we know what the cards are going to be, so we can figure that out for ourselves. And if you're wondering when this is going to happen, these series drops are going to be dropping on March 4th with the patch. So 2 weeks from today. So first up, we have the Series 5 to 4 cards. We have Black Knight, Loki, Werewolf by Night, Elsa Bloodstone, Sebastian Shaw, Corvus Glaive, Miss Marvel, Cull Obsidian, Annihilus, Cannonball, Blob, and Scar. So my read on the Series 5 to Series 4, I think they should have picked some better cards. I think it's a good amount of cards to drop, but if we look at all these cards and we're like, which of these cards are actually being played in 2025 Marvel Snap? It's mainly Cull Obsidian, Cannonball, Scar, and you can make an argument for Shaw because Surfer's been around. So 4 out of the 12 are pretty playable cards. The other 8, not so great. And I don't mind them dropping not so great cards too, but I think if you really wanted to hype people up for the drop, I think the bar for quality of card should have been a little higher, especially because Series 5 is what is over bloated compared to Series 4. Series 5 is over double the size of Series 4, and Series 5 grows rapidly each month. Every month we're getting 4 to 5 cards added to Series 5, so it just naturally inflates much faster. So I would have preferred seeing either a few more cards here or same amount of cards, but dropping better cards. Cards that people are a bit more inclined to play, because like most of these cards don't see play. Even Blob isn't seeing much play in Arsham anymore. It really is just like Scar for the Surtur deck, Cannonball and Scream, Cull for the Surtur deck or some other decks, and then Shaw in Surfer. The vast majority of these other cards see very, very low play. Now, one idea that I think would be a great thing to do is we do have an OTA coming up in the week before drops happen. So I think on the 27th of February. If they want to get people a little bit more excited about engaging with some of these dropping cards, it feels like it would be a freebie to buff some of, especially the worst performing ones. Like, I think we could stand to give Black Knight back the invulnerability to things like Shadow King. I think we could make Loki suck a little less. Annihilus too. Like, I think a lot of these cards, Werewolf, make it a 3/3 again. Like, I think that could be not a bad idea to at least give people a little bit more of a reason to maybe mess around with some of these cards that they might be trying out post-drop. So, Series 5 to 4, there are some okay choices here, but I think they should have went with more quality over quantity. But as we know, that's not usually how series drops go. However, I think Series 4 to 3 is significantly better than the 5 to 4 drop. This is the part of the drops that I think was pretty decent. So we have Nebula, Spider-Ham, Ghost Spider, Selene, Zabu, Havoc, Silk, Mobius, Nimrod, Lady Deathstrike, MODOK, Null, and Hercules. This, I think, is a lot better. I think this is much, much better, especially if you're someone who falls into the new or returning player camp. Dropping some cards that are very key to archetypes, like MODOK, Null. I mean, we just got Null for free, but I still think it's not a bad idea getting him out of the pool. Mobius being like a really evergreen tech card that works against a lot of stuff. Ghost Spider for move, Zabu for 4-drop centric decks. I think dropping cards like that and making them free in the Series 3 pool is a really good move. So I think the 4 to 3, if you're missing some of these cards, is definitely what's going to carry the series drops this patch. And if you're someone who already has all these cards, I think you're probably going to be a bit less excited about the drop because, I mean, the drop from Series 5 to 4 is just significantly less impactful, I think, and the cards are also significantly less desirable generally than I think a lot of the ones we're seeing drop from Series 4 to Series 3. Hell, even Havoc. I'm sure there are going to be some people excited to get Havoc because people have been playing it in that Agent Venom deck that people have been experimenting with post OTA. So I think in terms of winners and losers, the Series 4 to Series 3 spot I think was better than I was expecting. But the Series 5 to 4 was a bit worse than I was expecting. So how good is that for you? That's going to depend on which cards you're missing and what kind of player you are. If you're a long-term player who has a lot of cards, I don't know if there's going to be a lot here for you, unless maybe you've been waiting to pick up things like Cull and Scar, and you can do that at a bit of a discount, or maybe you wanted to finally get Cannonball for Scream. There are some smaller gems in there, but I think a lot of people who've played for a long time have had chances to get these cards, and a lot of the other ones just aren't really worth playing right now, unfortunately. They just aren't. A lot of them aren't very good cards. But a lot of the Series 4 to 3 ones are pretty good cards, and again, they've been around for a while, so if you've been playing for a while, you probably have these cards. But in terms of the helping out new players or returning players, I think this was actually a pretty good selection. But again, if they want to make it even better, what they should do is they should buff some of the worst performing cards upon the OTA, like the week before the drops actually happen, to make people a little bit more excited to take some of these new cards for a spin. Like we've already seen, they had that leaked Celine change, which, while it was too strong, I think you could implement a very similar concept of the card by making it just steal 1 power as opposed to 2. And yeah, so doing things like that, you know, bump Werewolf a point of power, make Black Knight able to withstand Shadow King again, make Silk a 2/6, because Lord knows she needs it in a world where Scream exists. Just, you know, small little things like that, I think could go a long way, at least for making people a bit more excited to engage with some of the less good cards that are here. So who knows, maybe it'll happen, maybe it won't, but that's definitely going to be some feedback I'm passing along, is I would hope that they do buff some of the underperforming cards, because then it doesn't feel like they're just trying to dump a lot of trash with the series drop, because right now, at least the Series 5 to 4 section, like 2/3 of it is like, I don't know if I'd say hard unplayable, but I'd say like mostly unplayable, like tier 3 kind of cards. Like they just aren't very good cards anymore, unfortunately. Power creep is real. But I'm curious to hear what you think about the series drop. Here we can get a read from the live chat incorporated into the video. How do you feel about the series drop? Okay, so nay or yay? Nay or yay? Nay or yay? Let's see the nays and yays. We can get a live chat reaction. And as is usual with series drops, it's gonna vary person to person, because everyone's collection's a little different. But yeah, I basically just wish they could have. I wish they kind of did what they did from the 4 to 3 with Series 5 to 4 cards, because I think they picked a really solid selection for 4 to 3, and the 5 to 4 selection just looks a lot less good by comparison. And I think that it's unfortunate, because for long-term players, this is the one long-term players care about more. This is the one that the long-term people care about more, and I think the bottom one is the one that either newer or returning players care about more. But so I think if you've been a long-term player, you're not going to be overly hyped about it, unfortunately. But so it goes. That's the drop. Let me know what you think about it in the comments below. I'm happy to hear it. And yeah, I'm very curious to see what the general reaction to all of this stuff is, because I know it can vary a lot person to person. But thanks for watching. Stay tuned for all future updates here. And if you don't already know, there are Twitch drops going on, so come check out the stream live and get you your free stuff. Link in the description. But yeah, thanks for watching. I hope you enjoyed it. If you did, remember to like and subscribe, and I'll catch you in the next one. Peace.